welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about a food sharing app that's called Olio. If you've been following my channel, I've mentioned before that I've been volunteering for a charity where I basically collect and distribute the surplus food from supermarkets. So this is the app that I was talking about. I'll put the link down below, you can have a look. You might have already heard of this app and it's absolutely brilliant concept. It basically links the Olio app, myself as a food waste hero, and Tesco supermarkets and a couple of other places to fight food waste, and at the same time giving away free food in our local community. At the same time, guys, this app, you can also give away your spare food. There's something you might have in a cupboard you don't like eating, or you can give away a non-food items. So if I quickly run you past basically myself, we are called a food waste hero. We are the guys that are sort of gone through the training procedure, we're registered, and we've got like a little ID passes, and we go to Tesco's and other places and collect the surplus food. So by surplus food, I mean, do you know, I'm sure we've seen the reduced sections of Tesco's. Basically anything that's been yellow stickered and is there on the shelf ready to go to basically on sale. So if by the end of the day, the Tesco haven't sold this item, normally it would go in the bin. It will basically go into the landfill and it will disappear. Well, this is where the Olio and ourselves come into the role. We basically go and collect this surplus food from Tesco's. So majority of the Tesco's are closing either 11 o'clock or 24 hours. So I'm speaking for the few areas that I'm aware of, but our collection slot is 8:30 in the evening. So I go to Tesco's 8:30 in the evening on a certain day, and I collect the food that's got left behind that has not been collected. It's normally split between other charities. There are local charities that collect like breads and buns, that kind of stuff, because they're not able to take the fridge stuff. And then myself and obviously other volunteers will take the other stuff that normally sits in the fridges, or the vegetables that have used by or before by date of tonight. So there is a difference, right? We have the best by date, which means that this item is best before to use today, but it's still safe to be eaten tomorrow. And there are dates in there that are used by date. That means it's normally meats and yogurts, that stuff that it's on the packaging, that it's basically have to be used that day and can't be, or not advisable by the manufacturer to eat thereafter because it could be unsafe. So we go and collect this food. We bring it home, we have to line everything out, we have to count everything, and then through the app I have to list individual item or group individual item, and then basically list it on the app for people who are registered to see and claim the items. It sounds a bit, it's not, how to explain this the best. I have to list in the picture each item that I get, unless I decided to group because there's only one apple available. And the whole array of stuff that we get, it's literally from bagged salad to, yes, we get some bread sometimes, we get sometimes meats, we get hams, or individual apple or two, or individual vegetables. But it's something that, because it's dated for today, or best before for today, you might have like the salad gone a bit slimy, or you have apple that's a little bit bruised, but there's all the food that is perfectly edible that's normally get thrown away. So after the time, guys, I've listed all the items, you as a user, you get notification if you're registered, and if you obviously registered to the specific area, you get notification saying that such and such say, and I've been listing the items. So you can see all the items that I've listed of the food that is given away for free. So all you have to do then is to look through and see what you fancy, what you feel like you want to able to rescue or able to cook with, and you have to request the items individually. Okay, one thing is there, guys, with the best before dates, okay, you're able to collect the item the following day. It's all dependent, of course, on the person who's listing this, because if I'm at home the following day, then I'm letting people to collect the food pretty much all day the following day. That's not a problem. However, with the use by date, you have to collect this item by midnight. So this is not just ourselves being sort of difficult. It is a legislation, as a legal thing between Olio and Tesco's and any supermarkets. It's basically illegal for us to give away the food that is past this use by date. So unfortunately, if you do want to get something like meat or microwave meals or anything that comes out, that you guys have to collect it by midnight that day. And sometimes, obviously, as I said, the times are dependent on the volunteers like ourselves. So some people might only let you to collect about 11 or half 11, but it will be all mentioned in the listing. So another thing to make you guys aware, it's all really dependent on the area a lot. And because we got like a forum for the volunteers, we can sort of see and discuss the things and issues or whatever arises. And there are some areas that somebody will go to collect that will literally have like a car full and sometimes even have a van full of food. And they'll have like 200-300 people requesting the same items. Because we live in like a rural area, we don't have like hundreds and hundreds of people in the area that requesting the items. But at the same time, my collections are not that big. So we might have, I don't know, 20-30 items, a lot of salad, a lot of vegetables, but it's all dependent on the area. So you have to register and basically have a look to what's happening in the area. And unfortunately, the more built up the area, like more in the cities, you have the volunteers will have loads more food, but at the same time, they'll have loads more people requesting. So another thing to guys to kind of let you know, as a volunteer, people assume that if you guys request the item first, you're entitled to have all of the items. Well, unfortunately, this is not how it works. Is my job as the food waste hero is to distribute the food fairly and evenly and to as many people as I can. Although I totally understand if you are living like a little, 20 to 30 minutes drive, you might not want to drive here for a bag of salad. However, my job as the food waste hero is to make sure that a lot of families benefit from however little this is. So understandably, yes, if you don't want to drive there for, as I said, for the salad for 30 minutes, that's okay. But unfortunately, the decision to, how we come to the decision to give away food, it all depends on, unfortunately, the more people, the better. So after a while, if you registered and if you collected from somebody, they kind of get to know you. So I have a community, I know the people that, what people have, and I know exactly who's going to have what, basically, because you get to know people, we get to know people, and we know who needs, not saying what specific situation, but a lot of people have, say, school children, and they normally request bread. A lot of people on certain diets, so they request like normally just fruits or just salads. So you kind of get to learn and understand the community around us. So my point to you guys, that just bear this in mind, right? When you do request something, it's not first come, first serve. Quite a lot, it's basically is dependent on just being fair. Quite often there is loads more than one item available, so you have this and then somebody else have this, and of course it's down to the food waste hero to decide kind of who gets what, but we are trying to be really fair. It is really, really difficult when you do have, when you start listing and a lot of people wait for, because they know the time the items come live, everybody obviously starts requesting, and there's a huge amount of messaging, so you have to basically just apologize for us being taking our time to responding, because our job is to finish our listings before it's too late. So if you imagine we collect 8:30, we drive home, by the time I get stuff out, we have to lay everything out, we have to picture it. We are on this time limit to basically be able to list the items and give them away by midnight. So by the time we come home and done this, it could be already like 9 o'clock or 9:30. So we're basically, I'm talking on my behalf, I'm listing the items first, and then after everything's done, then we deal with basically requests of what people are requesting for. Hopefully that makes sense, right? And one thing is also to let you guys know is if you request the items, you have to request them one at a time. So you can't just send me a message, can I have all the items? No, you have to request one item that you basically want. It's all done for good reason, guys. This app, it's all linked to Tesco. So Tesco 100% knows, because they scan every item that goes into the bag or the box that I take home. Tesco's are fully aware the amount of food I've taken home. So when I distribute the food through the app, and this is where it's important that you guys request the items individually, Tesco will know exactly how much food's got given away through the app to, obviously, to you guys. Because if the food's not given away, then we've got a procedure of then giving it to the farm animals and so on and so on. And basically, if there's any recalls, if there's any issues, Tesco's are able and Olio are able to basically monitor and check which item gone to whom. So this is basically that. So to me, it's a really, really great idea. I've been volunteering for, my God, it's about a couple of years now. And it's very rewarding. It's not just knowing that, guys, that we're saving the food from going to perfectly good food going to waste, really, to knowing that obviously benefits the community as well. So I'm hoping that this kind of app might be able to help someone to, the things are really tough right now, and this hopefully will help you guys to be able to pick up a bag of salad or something else, some fruits and vegetables, and then at the same time helps the environment and helps them not going to waste. So here we are. Also, just wanted to let you know, guys, there's another app called Too Good To Go, and it's got the Morrison's, Costa, and the Pret, and they make like a little packages. Basically, they're called like little bags of food that they put in at the end of the day as well, and you have to register to the app, you have to request the bag and then go and collect it. It's totally different, but it's also there. You basically pick up some food at a discounted rate, so you might get like sausage roll and a donut or something else, but it's slightly different, but it's also there. I'll put the link down there below. But the main thing, guys, check out the Olio app there. Do make sure obviously you select the correct area you're in, and the listings normally starts from around 9 o'clock for my area and many other areas, because the collection from us is 8:30. So from 9 o'clock, watch out and see what happens, and hopefully they'll help you somehow. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.